Hey everybody. What's mute bad? What kind of glue do I want to use? Anybody around? Hey Jen. I can't find my damn E6000. What a world. Oh. I guess I could use wood glue. Oh. What's going on? Man, mine's a mess. It's only because I just finished the signs for I just finished the signs for what is this? November. So there's all of that paint out. And then all of that crap out. Oh, here's the E6000. Yeah, slay. Oh. You gonna catch a mosquito, baby? Yeah, they came out really good, but never again. Okay, now I have the glue. I know I'm not gonna have a tip anywhere, so. Okay. So I'll put that back on. I'd probably do better just use wood glue anyway. Or do I want to finish painting these first? I don't know. I think we're gonna paint first. How is the badge business? Almost, baby, listen, you're never gonna catch it. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but it's not gonna happen. I've never had a wreath that I'm like, oh, I wish I could keep this. You know, mostly because, if I make a wreath and I like it, I end up giving it to my mom. Okay, there's all my pieces. Get my white paint. And I guess it's good that, like, everything in here, it goes somewhere. Like, I know where everything goes. Hey, Patty. So it's not like it's going to take me forever to straighten up when I have to film a video. But I think I'm doing a, like, decorate with me video for Wednesday. Maybe. Y'all, this dog is determined to catch that mosquito. Yeah, Jen, I'm going to do a decorate with me video. You will be shocked that they let me do this. You will not know what to do. You will be shook. You will be shooken, shaken, and stirred. Shooketh. I'd like to just get one. Like, I keep putting the stuff on here, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute, but I want to see one done. I brought these over to my mom's today, and we kind of tag teamed them for a little bit, but it's too much little small stuff. I saw a set last night. I was like, so, because I had my laser cutter. I sent it back because I was like, this does not work for me. Why am I gonna, like, drive myself crazy when I can spend more money and get the one that I actually wanted to begin with? And I said, no, it's too much money. But then I got the one that I got. And I was like, no, this sucks. So I sent the first one back, and they were supposed to credit my Amazon card. But instead of doing that, they credited my Amazon balance. So now I have $350 just, like, sitting around on Amazon. And I found a paint pen set, and it was like 120 colors. It was like $90, but I was like, and then I said, you know what? No. I like the Arteza ones. Jen just got some that she likes. The one everybody usually uses is the Poscas, but they are too expensive, and they have a really limited color range. Unless there's, every time I see them at like Hobby Lobby or Michaels, I'm like, that's a really limited color range. And see, my only problem with paint pens is that I want to pick the colors. Like, I don't want to have to go in this and say, oh, I want a different shade of blue. Like, I pick this blue and this pink to go together. And I know I'm not going to get the shades I want in pens. I could make that work. But, like, having the pens, like, if I could have I know they sell pens that you can fill up with acrylic paint, but they never seem to really work well. If that would be, like, the perfect medium where I could use my paints from bottles, but also, like, fill it up in a jar. In a pen. Are they acrylic or like oil based? God, this MDF just like eats paint. There's little yarn fibers all over my shirt, and they keep getting, they keep getting on everything. They sell bigger packs, like with more colors. You know, I've been watching so many wig making videos on YouTube that now that's all my recommendeds are. It's like nothing. It's like how to make a wig, how to make a headband wig, how to make a twist wig. And I was like, oh my god, why did I go down this rabbit hole? You got the headband wig? Look at his teeth. Did you just braid your natural hair back? There's a girl on YouTube. She does everything with like braiding hair. You know the ones that are like 99 cents a pack. Um, but she made like looks like I'm about to set it off. Um, Calm down, Jada. Uh, she makes everything from braiding hair, but she was like ventilating a lace closure with braiding hair, and I was like, no. I said, no, no, no. I said, that is too much work for you to be using some 99-cent hair. But all the wigs look great, so I was like, you do you. Look at his eyes. It looks like he's seen some shit. I may try my white marker on the next one just because this is 4 coats and he's still over here looking haunted. I hope nobody's alarmed that there's a fly buzzing around my head. Business! I don't know what I'm gonna do with them cheaps. With them with them teeth. Alright, let me put this to the side and look for my white pen. Oh. My mom had a badge reel one of her associates gave her and it broke. And I was like, you can just glue another one of those things on there. I think it like fell and like the little clip thing or the claw thing popped off. She got like a big ass butterfly badge reel thing, like because she thinks she's Mariah Carey. Oh, my dad's burial was today, finally. Go ahead, somebody ask me how it went. I was not invited. That's how it went. Yeah. His wife just wanted my oldest sister there. Me and Catherine, my middle sister, were not invited. I mean, it's not like we could have. It's not like it was a private thing, like it was in the cemetery. We could have gone, but we were not invited. Somewhat directly, so I was like, okay. I mean, I already put a wig on this summer. I'm not doing it again. I mean, I wanted to be there for my sister because she, you know, she's a mess. And that was before anything happened to my dad. He's just a mess in general, but I can go see him tomorrow, I guess. It's just like it. Oh, no, 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 no. Did y'all see that? No. Crap. Hmm. Yeah, well, my aunt, his sister was also not invited, so I think we're gonna, you know, she can come down and we can go to the cemetery and, um, you know, go have lunch at my mom's afterwards or something at some point. Like, it didn't matter to me to like be there for like them opening up the, because he's in a mausoleum, with my grandparents. I just it like that because as soon as somebody's dead, like I could care less what happens to the body, you know. Like you want to be cremated, you want to be put in the ground. It doesn't matter because that's not who you are. You know, that's not you. I did it again. Oh my god, why do I keep doing that? So like it's not that I'm like, oh, I needed this like final closure because I didn't. But I don't know. I told my mom the other day, I was like, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. I'm gonna sleep. I slept fine last night. I'm gonna sleep fine tonight. See, they have. I don't know if y'all can see that. All these little spots on here from the edges because you know the edges are crisp. My mom painted some of them, but they still kind of charcoal-y. Why do I keep doing this? That paint is going to crack because it is definitely on there too thick. Making a mess. Making a mess, boss. Patty, I don't know which paint markers are the best, but these from the Michaels ones are crappy. Hi, Dell. Yeah, this is the one going out in November. You see, I think the marker takes longer to dry. I was just at Hobby Lobby on Tuesday and I forgot to get some flow extender for these paints, but oh well. Alright, looks like coat number 5 is going to do it. Got so many layers on it, I can barely see the lines through it. Oh, and now I just dipped into the oil paint. Awesome. I have 3 that I'm working on right now. I have 2 more that I need to cut. And that's if nobody else joins before November 1st. No. Yes. I was like, yeah, I get so confused like when I'm talking about it in Patreon videos because I'm like, all right, I'm working on the November sign, but it's the sign like this is a November sign, but it's for December because you get them a month early. But yeah, as long as you join before um, the first, you get the sign for that month or the upcoming month. Like if you join at the end of October, you don't get October signs. Um, you get them. You get November's. Yeah, these will all be painted, and I can't actually. I don't. I think the copyrights are all different on these. I don't think I can send this one out unpainted. Like you have to send it out as a finished product. You can't send it out as just a cutout. I need to definitely prime these too. Like the MDF is just tearing up this paint. I think if you send them out, yeah, I would spray prime it. Um, if you send them out unpainted, like if it's just all the pieces cut out, you have to package it as a kit with paint. And I don't. This is just for my sign club members. Like I don't plan on doing this stuff, like as a product for Etsy. It's just it takes too much time. I would probably try to get a I think even if they were just like sealed, like if I just hit them with a clear coat before I started painting, like that would even work. It's just the MDF is super absorbent. So I mean it dries fast, but it also dries like crap until you get 7 layers on. Could see it's already getting splotchy like in that area. But the MDF is best for sign making because it's especially if you're gonna like paint it. I haven't been on TikTok in forever. Michelle sent me something on there the other day, and I logged in and I was like, I don't even know how to do this anymore. Yeah, I just feel like I don't have time to do anything now that I read 7 Stephen King books a week. I'm trying to find somebody who has a library card. Um, a library card that's part of like a really big library system, because the next book I have to read for the podcast I'm following is The Talisman, and it is unavailable everywhere. I have like 6 libraries linked on my Libby account, and they're all like, no, we don't have it. You have to wait for it. Why do I have to wait for it? It's a download. What the hell? So I started reading. What am I reading? I'm reading Revival, and it is so good. Yeah, I know that I could do more to like increase sales. I don't know, now that I'm clickbaiting my videos and I'm actually getting views and like a bunch of subscribers again, I'm like, can I just make wreaths and bring them to the old people's home? And I'd have to worry about selling them? A lot of them you can like sign up online, but a couple of them, like I was like going to like every, like, oh, who has big library, blah blah blah, like trying to find out. But a lot of them you like need an address. um some of them I just put in my home address, and like I got one from, it was still in Louisiana, but it was in a different parish. But they didn't have it either, so. If you guys have never used the Libby app, it's really cool. Like you put in your library card number. Well, I got like 7 bougie wigs. Um, we talking about Gina? Because Gina got a brush out the other day, and she is looking prime. Um, you put in your library card, and you can either download the books to read, or you can download the audiobooks. Which I've been listening to the audiobooks just because Stephen King's books are so long that it's like I can't sit here and devote 20 hours to um just reading. Like I have to have I was like, I told my mom I was going live tonight, and I was like, can I go live and listen to my book at the same time? But I don't think that would work. All right, what color eyes? We thinking blue? I'm thinking blue, but which one? I think I'm going to take the blue that I used for the hat and then just add white to it to lighten it. if it wants to come out. This is one of his more recent. I think it's from like 2013, but I mean like more recent than most of the stuff I've been reading, and it's supposed to be really like back to like classic Stephen King when his books were scary. So far, I'm just confused. Not confused. I'm just like, all right, when are we gonna get to whatever we get into? It's been like 12 hours of me listening to this book, and I'm still just like, is something gonna happen? This brush is way too big. Let's have made the most Caucasian looking nutcracker ever. My mom was like, he's pretty pale. I had the hardest time picking out a skin tone color because I didn't want to mix something. I wanted to buy a bottle, so it doesn't matter how many coats I have to put on this, how many of these I make, the skin tone's always going to be the same. I had the hardest time. Like everything was like either way yellow, way orange, way pink. I said, this is harder than foundation matching. All right, I have to turn that upside down because I'm putting my hand in the wet beard. I mean, y'all know Hobby Lobby's got 10,000 colors of paint. And my mom's like, what about Sunkissed Peach? And I was like, that's orange. She's like, what about Nude Blush? I was like, that's pink. I don't even know what this one's called. It's Americana Sugared Peach. We only went because I'm working on a giant crochet project and I needed an extra skein of yarn to start actually like putting it together. And I wanted to check out the florals, but of course the florals were ludicrously overpriced. They are selling a single hydrangea that's about this big. It's $3.99, I think. Like the size of a regular Dollar Tree flower. And I said, excuse me, Tina, are you high? Tina? No, I'm making a yo-yo blanket. I thought there was one over here. There's one somewhere. I'm gonna probably make a video on it. But I'm on like, I don't know, I went through 3, 4, 5, 6. I went through 6 skeins of yarn already, and I still have 6 more that I need to crochet in a yo-yos, and then I need to put the whole thing together. But my scarf is almost done. It's just I'm having a really hard time with it because the yarn is super bulky. Like it's really thick yarn. And I'm using the right size crochet hook for it, but it is just so heavy. Like when I was starting it, you know, like when you start crocheting, like it's in your hands because it's just like, you know, you're starting like this with your hands up. Today it finally got long enough where I could like rest it on the table, and I was like, oh my god, I finally feel like I'll be able to actually finish this. And I guess it's not that it's so much heavy, it's just that I was like, I think it felt heavy because I was like having to hold my hands up. I'm just going back and touching up. My mom did a pretty good job of painting these. We were kind of like she was doing faces and I was doing crowns, and then she'd switch to this and I'd switch to that. So and I don't think anybody would be like, hey, my son is slightly painted outside the lines. It would be like, you got a hand painted sign for like $10. So Tina, what are you doing on my Patreon? That's what I would say. Yeah, I was in Dollar Tree today, and I know I said in the video about how everybody likes to walk around talking on speakerphone. An Oculus Rift. Better not be playing any of them naughty games. I have to get Preacher on the phone. Oh, Beat Saber is so fun. So there's this woman walking around, and she's got somebody on speaker, and I hear her say, well, it's a particular kind. But I'm like 2 aisles over, so I walk over to the next aisle. Now she's only 1 aisle over, and she's talking to, I think it's her daughter. I'm not sure. She said, he said that it's a particular kind. And the woman said, well, there ain't no particular kind of kangaroo. And so immediately I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, we just got freaking paint all in his beard. She said, no, it's like a special kind of kangaroo, like a particular type. And she said particular type like 10 times. And the girl on the other side of the phone says, I like cats. That don't mean I'ma buy a tiger. And she said, yeah, well, it's a particular type of kangaroo he's got. And I'm like, okay, so this is an actual kangaroo somewhere in St. Bernard Parish, I'm assuming, since we're at the same Dollar Tree. And then she said, I don't know what the girl's name was. She said, like, Laura called you? She's like, yeah, she called me, but I had missed her call, and then she called me back, but I was at the drag show, and I was like, what is going on with this family? Is the kangaroo in a drag show? Is he a part of the act? Like, what's going on? So she says, well, she made the basketball team. She's going to be the center. And the girl on the phone starts laughing. And she's like, what you laughing about? She's like, well, that just means she's tall and she can throw the ball, but she can't really play. Without missing a beat, old girl on the phone says, well, you can't really keep a man, but that's neither here nor there. And I was like, oh! Oh! I said, Miss Evelyn. I don't know. I think that was her name. That's the name I gave her. She's like, oh no, I didn't answer the phone when she called because I was at the drag show. And I was like, it's Thursday morning. Like, when did this call take place? And what happening like Wednesday night drag show is there that I'm unaware of. But the last time I was at a drag show, it was the Real Drag Queens of New Orleans, and um, it was all right. Like they had like they always had the one girl who was like beyond, like she's just like so much like top level above everybody else, and then they had like the one messy queen who's like a freaking mess, and the messy queen came out. She was doing Partition from Beyonce, and you know that part where she like starts speaking French. She's dancing all around the stage, and she looks right at me, and she says, "I don't speak French," and I was like, "You, it's the song, sis. You don't have to know what it means." And then after that, the messy queen was like, "Yeah, y'all tag me, you because I was taking videos." She's like, "Tag me in those videos because I'm gonna go on RuPaul's Drag Race," and I was like, "Okay, seems like a terrible idea, but go on." I forgot her name. I probably still follow her on Facebook, but I haven't been on Facebook in like, what was it, 2016? Uh, Look at this handsome bastard. I mean, his teeth is kind of yellow, but you know, I chipped my tooth. Well, I broke my tooth on an almond, and like it was like stabbing me in the mouth. And this was, of course, it was a Sunday. So Monday, I like wake up and I'm like, "Oh my god, this hurts so much," and I'm like falling back asleep. So I text my mom and I'm like, "Hey, when you get up, will you call and find me a dentist appointment somewhere?" So I go back to sleep. She texts me, says, "Oh, the appointment's at 10." Um, and I'm like, "Oh, thank God! Just like take this tooth out of my mouth. I'm over it. I'll buy some new teeth once I get some money." Uh, and I get there, and I'm like so ready. Like I'm just like so relieved that this is finally gonna be done with, and I won't have this thing that hurts and is jamming me in the side of the mouth, whatever. And they take me in the back, and then the dentist comes in and he's like, "All right, let's smooth this out for you, and then we'll get you ready for an extraction." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he was like, "Yeah, I don't have time to do anything but smooth it out today." And I was like, "It hurts." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just booked solid." So of course the appointment isn't until like the end of September, but it's smoothed out now, so I might just not go. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to Preacher, see what he say. All right, y'all. This will be the first one that's ready because all it has to do is dry. I've read this article about how people who have had like diabetics and people who have had gastric bypass surgery, like a lot of the times they end up having tooth problems because like I'm basically in a state of constant malnourishment, and my mouth is always dry, so that leads to like quicker tooth decay. But I think it's mostly genetics because my mom has terrible teeth. They don't look bad, it's just they're always like falling out or cracking in half. Meth head stuff. I thought you had them good teeth. One of my friends got like actual adult braces when she was like 30 something, and I was like, what are you doing? What's going on? And then she didn't wear her retainer and she had to get them again. See, I always had super straight, super white teeth, never had braces, but I just need to get them to stay in my head. I remember when I went to go get my wisdom teeth out, the dentist was like, how long were you in braces? And I was like, I don't have braces. I was like, that's natural. That's them good genes. And he was like, huh, well, they'll probably all fall out when you're about 40. And I was like, okay. Yo, am I painting better than normal? I mean, I'm not making like a terrible mess of things. My dad had a big gap between his teeth, and my sister, my middle sister, my oldest sister had braces. My middle sister's got one, but it's not as big as his was. I don't think he had braces. I think my mom had braces. All right, any little touch-ups I have to do can be done after I glue everything on. I'll put his pupils in here. Oh yeah, he doesn't look any creepier now. That's great. He's like, I can say that, so. Yeah, no problem. You will go in an envelope as soon as you dry. Because you ain't waking up in the night and killing me. No, sir. No, sir, Miss Ma'am. Like a little highlight up there? I think so. I also need to do something like around the eyes because they just look like they're floating. But I don't know what. I can't worry about that later. Alright, let's finish this one up so I can go lay in bed and cry in the dark. Really, the fly is on my head. Get lost, super jerk. My video is way delayed. Alright, what am I doing now? Oh, I got a tool. It's probably way over. Oh, God, my body hurts. Get some water. Y'all, look at this. It's a wood glue brush. It's silicone, so it's easy to clean, and it's got a little creepy dealy on the back. All right. Let's see. I need, from this pile, a beard, a mustache left, and a mustache right. Need some little Instagram eyebrows left and right. I saw this at Walmart and I was like, do I need this $4 silicone brush? And I said, you know what? I do. I deserve that. Okay. Let me get my tight bond. I'm gonna put some right here. And I get, can y'all see? Wait, let me move this over. Well, it's more important that I see, but I want y'all to see too. Like, see, this is like, well, I guess it's not overkill for these bigger pieces, but I think she's maybe going to be too much for like the eyebrows of the little crown pieces. Look how cute! I like that it puts like a real thin coat on it, but it's like, you know, like when you put on like mortar, tile adhesive with a trowel, it leaves those like lines, so there's more like surface area. That's kind of what she's giving. Yes, the brush is a she. She's an exotic kangaroo breeder. Just because I like cats don't mean I'm gonna buy a damn tiger. Which to me sounds like something somebody who doesn't like cats very much would say. Yeah, like, see, this might be overdoing it for that one little bitty piece. But that is nicer than dealing with a bunch of squeeze out that I gotta go back and clean up and paint over and all of that. This is all that. This is all that. What y'all think about Queen Elizabeth? Like, I get it, she was queen and everything, but like, the whole thing's kind of extra. I guess because we don't have anything like that. It just seems weird. Not weird, it just seems like, well, this is a lot. Speak for yourself. I know I want to cross country in a hearse when I'm dead. I know, I guess it's just like our idea of like how to do death. Not that there's a correct way. Well, I guess there is a correct way. Or there's an incorrect way. Not that there's a correct way, but it's like, I don't know. But like, see, when my grandpa died, it was a huge, huge deal. He was like very well known, like big pillar of the community, like this enormous wake that went into the funeral the second day, and then a mass, and then a jazz funeral to the cemetery where he was interned. Or did we like go to a? Yeah, we went to like. Yeah, we started out at the funeral home the day before, and had the wake where everybody was everywhere, and I was just like, oh my god, why can't I find anybody that I know? Because there was just so many people everywhere. And then the next day we went back and visited there some more, like the rest of the week. And then everybody left the funeral home and went to a church. And then we left the church and came back to the funeral home. And then we did a second lawn jazz funeral to the cemetery where he was interned. Is that what we're calling it? So I can see like how that's normal to me, but even an American person who's not from here would be like, that's a lot. And I'm like, well, yeah, have we met? So maybe it's just like a different cultural thing. And I know it's because she was queen for 117 years too. I just hope the corgis are okay. No, I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth and hoping that Jessica is not lurking somewhere and like gonna report me to somebody for talking bad about the queen. Not that I'm talking bad about the queen. I don't know her. I just hope the corgis are okay. My friend Jessica, she married a British guy, so she lives over there. And when she came in this summer, I was like, so how many people have to die for one of your kids to become king? And she's like, my kids? And I was like, yeah. She's like, probably a lot. And I was like, oh. Just some random Duke and Duchess? You know what, Meghan and Harry better take them back to California. Michelle, you know that my dad's burial was today. I'm like, I can't believe you didn't call and check on how I'm doing. Just like super rude. Well, you at your pretend job? Y'all, this nutcracker is serving. Look at him. He's like, I'm not scared anymore. I got a crown on. I got some jewels. I got this little thing up here. I like this little glue brush. Are Prince Andrew and Fergie still married? I'm so confused with the royals. They're so incestuous already, and then you're like, who's divorced, who's married, who's the queen consort? I'm gonna wake up to an angry email from the one person in the UK who watches me. Do you think one, like Prince Andrew took one and then Fergie took the other one? What? Is that true? I don't think that's true. Fake news. Is that a reliable news source? I'm gonna have to check out some of the corgi message boards I frequent. Michelle's definitely fact checking right now. That's why she's not saying anything. Like she's on a phone with a news outlet right now. Either that or one of her kids fell off the roof or something. Why do I have an extra one of these? Put that right there. All right, y'all. What do you think? Was it worth the 7.5 hours it took me to make one sign? I need to do something with his eyes. I think I'm just going to have to line them with something. Like give him like a fierce wing. I need to touch up the little bit of the hat right here because that's going to bother me. The hat. It's a crown, I'm sorry. Just like a little catch light. One of the people I watch on YouTube, he's always like, I'm gonna add some catch lights, and I'm like, it's a highlight. Quit saying catch light. Let me fill in your brows, buddy. You need that Anastasia Beverly Hills brow. I want you to look like an Instagram baddie. All right. What am I doing now? Oh, the dot. That's too big. That's pink. I don't know if that helped. He still looked like he went to war and he's seen some stuff. But I think it's because the eyes are just floating. Like they're literally just floating in the middle of the face. When I originally did these, I painted the face and then went back and like shaded around it. But my mom said he looked like he was wearing blush, and I was like, so? He's progressive. Yeah, can you imagine walking up to somebody's house and this nightmare is staring at you from the middle of a wreath? Welcome to our home. Now I want to watch the Nutcracker and the Four Seasons. Because I love that big broad that turns into a house or whatever. Oh, he looks cute. Like I'm looking at the video. I'm looking at the video on the TV, and he looks cute. Yeah, weren't you eating chicken nuggets in the bathtub the other day? And then you dropped one in the water, and you were like, it's a 5-second rule. All right, so I think ideally this is what I'd like to do. I don't know if this is what I'm going to actually do because I'm scared. I get scared. I'd like to go through and add some highlights in white, like to his hair. Just